Yo, yo, yo. Loki, man. I've been looking for you, brother. I'm holding this for you, man. Dugan is in the bathroom. He'll be here in a sec. Blue Sticks. Did you change your name just for our stream? Actually, fuck it. Once we get 100 people in here, I'll crack a blue chem light. I mean, it clearly says chatting with dark. Come on. Ugh. You gotta get the beanie just right. You know what I'm saying? It can't be like all the way on because I don't want to Tim pull it. You know, I don't want to Tim pull it, but I don't want to hood rat it either. You know, so dang, you just happened to change it right before. That's crazy. I mean, we've been talking about blue chem lights for a long time, like it was a joke. Um, Gotta have that beanie swag. Yep, it was a joke. Um, yeah, bro, buy them by the box, bro. Um, we just used to like play around because I mean everyone has chem lights, right? Like chem lights are one of the like most simple low vis lighting source that you can have for any type of preparation. And is that a blue dill weight in your profile pic? Dill weight? Did you mean chem light? Oh, you talking about bro, damn, I should have changed it. Let me see if I still can. Hold on. All right, hold up. Damn, Tim Pool is a shill. And imagine the FBI saying that. If the FBI is saying that, then you know it's true, right? Hold up. I got a. Let me see if I can get this in. Hold on 1 second, guys. Just while we get it started, just give me some patience. The Darkest Mavis. The Darkest Mavis. Actually, yeah. Pig. See if I can switch this up, y'all. All right, so I mean, obviously, one of the things that I wanted to discuss was just like how crazy things have gotten over the last year, and this dark winter, Operation Dark Winter, um, it's just eating through people, man. If you pay attention, man, everyone is stressed. Everyone is, getting divorced. Everyone is. So we're going to get to that. We're going to discuss that, and we're going to talk about, how it's all psyop and how y'all need to, stay frosty. Okay, so back to the blue chem lights real quick. So essentially, the most common chem lights are your yellow, green, red. Red is even a little bit more rare. It's used more in like actual, military applications. Um, and Free Woman. And we were talking about, kind of blue is basically a very rare chem light. And we had said, okay, so during the boog, what we'll do is when we're about to hit the streets, we'll crack a blue chem light and wear it on our gear or, around our neck with paracord or something like that, which I actually have. I got my paracord right here for my blue chem light. No, all jokes aside, it started out as a joke, but now it's the blue chem light, glowy. I would think red preserves night vision. Was just watching 20 commercials every 2 minutes on your CRS Firearms Collaboration Live video. Yeah, bro. I literally haven't seen a YouTube commercial in years. Call me whatever. I pay for YouTube Premium because I like even switching over to this channel and starting Darklight Dugan. Like I started seeing ads and I'm like, what is this? Like it was odd to me. Ad block plus. What up, boo? Let's see how this bad boy turned out. The goldie oldie. I don't know if I'm going to keep it gold or if I'm going to do the battle worn gold because it'll bring out the more yellow tone in the gold. It'll bring out the more yellow tone in the gold if I do battle worn, and it'll look like a straight up like gold like cartel gun. I don't want to get my oils all over it. My oils. Battle worn butthole. What drink is on the menu tonight? Yeah, it's funny. Like I always got people asking me, like, "Yo, what beer do you drink, man? I see you drinking beer like in every stream." I don't really drink alcohol like that. When I do, I drink scotch. I drink 12-year-old Macallan or Nerf Goon. 12-year-old Macallan or some 15-year-old Macallan on the rocks, maybe with some water. But bro, I drink seltzer. I don't want to show the can just in case if it's only local to my area. Like, would that be a bitch if I doxed myself with a fucking can, like a seltzer can? That'd be even a worse way to go out. Like, yeah. So I drink seltzer. What's up? Say something. Glenfiddich. Yep. Glenfiddich is some good shit. Yeah. Woodford Reserve. Yeah. Yeah. Some good shit. Battle worn always looks cool. Also, when I have something pristine, I tend to obsess on keeping it that way too much. Yeah, I noticed too that like, especially when I'm doing paint on guns, because I've painted like, Jesus, I'm looking at my safe is cracked open. The first one, two, three, four, five, six, airsoft. They're all painted or Cerakoted or Duracoated or whatever. Most of them were done by me, and actually all of those were done by me. And yeah, so what I've noticed is that if I'm doing paint on it, I want to keep the paint perfect. I don't want one drip. I don't want anything messed up. But with battle worn, the purpose of it is to look jacked up. So it's much easier to get away with a little scuff here, a little problem here, a little issue there, a little file here, a little sandpaper there. So my workbench has turned into like a painter's like den. Because the way my setup is I got my workbench desk area, tech mat and all that shit. And then I got TV and all this stuff set up behind where you are right now. And then I got a gun safe there and a gun safe there with the two small safes on top. And then I got Old Glory up there with a Don't Tread on Me snark. Dude, I fucked my tiger stripe paint job up. Drips and troops everywhere. Yeah, just turn it into battle worn. Just drag it behind a truck for 20 minutes. Battle worn is fun. I could give y'all in 5 minutes, literally the easiest breakdown of how to do the best battle worn. That, like, if I can do it, bro, any of y'all can do it. System said Soviet polka dot. Hell yeah. Is there a Soviet polka dot? Throw it down the driveway. Now, see, if you get down to raw metal, then you could actually have a problem. Hold on 1 second. Let me get in my shit real quick. I'm gonna upload this for you guys because y'all are the glowies. Oh, I fucked it up. Oh no, I got in there. All right, hang tight. I'll be right back. Matthew Telhart, you are fucking awesome. Okay, let me see. Download that Birch. Okay. What up, sport? All right, hold on. Stay with me, y'all. Stay with me, y'all. Oh. Okay, hold on. Anyone who can tell me what that song was gets a tuggy. Download image. Ooh yeah, baby. Ooh yeah, baby. Oh, hold up. Hold up. Hey! That's so dope. Go shawty. It's your birthday. About to go drop a fat log in the toilet. Good for you, TM. See, that's why we're friends. Wait, I guess it's an app too. 50 Cent. Nope. I've seen this last one at the Safe Zone supermarket. Safe Zone? You have a supermarket called Safe Zone? Is it gun free? I go to in my own hometown. I'll see if they still have it. Grand Fuck Railroad. Go shorty, it's your birthday. Polished what? Polished what? I've done some metal work. What are you talking about? Hexagon shaped bottle. Throbbing. Yeah, what did I walk into? Throbbing cocks. Come on, bro. No, so okay, if you're interested and want to hear about the battle worn, how to do a battle worn, I'll go through it with you. It'll take about 4 or 5 minutes, and y'all will be like, "That's it? That's all you got to do?" Polished AR, no, but I've done a lot of metal work on, Glocks, Berettas. I've painted a lot of ARs, but I've done like actual like paint. Like I've done rattle cans, and you can rattle can like some shit. Like don't let people shit on the rattle cans because I've got rattle can guns that I carried daily for nearly a decade that took almost 10 years to start peeling off. If you properly prep it and you properly degrease it and bake it on and cure the paint to what you're painting, you'll be good. Armitage, so it's going to be different for like different metals. So like aluminum and steel, and bringing it out into the elements, aluminum isn't going to hold up as well compared to steel when it comes to finishes. That's why you see everything is anodized. Airbrush is where it's at. Do you airbrush it? Do you airbrush? I'll wait. All right, well, anyway, you guys win. I'm going to walk you through it anyway. Click Y for yes. Okay, so I would love to see your tiger stripe tampon nightmare paint job. Okay, so here's what you do. So let's say you're doing like an AR or a Glock. Glocks tend to work pretty well unless you've done like a lot of like stippling. And I did a battle worn on this. I wish I could show y'all on live streams. YouTube is so whack. Anything that's rounded can become a little bit more difficult. So you just got to spend some more time on it post paint. But essentially, this is what you do. So you prep everything, completely disassemble everything. DMX Rough Riders. No, it was Po Folks by Nappy Roots. That's all right. It was in my head. It's easier when it's in my head. Scusi. So, yeah, so prep everything, completely disassemble every screw, everything. And then get your your tape de Pentel, and once you get that, completely degrease everything. You could use, a lot of people use solvents, but sometimes solvents can leave behind residue. So what I do is use gun scrubber. Gun scrubber is a butane-based dry solvent, which works really well. It's a spray. Let me show you. This episode is brought to you by Gun Scrubber. Just kidding. So Gun Scrubber is an excellent pre-paint treatment because it completely dries it like to the bare like metal. Completely removes all oils, and it's like the scrub and bubbles. It does a scrub and so you don't have to. So basically that works. But if you don't have access to that, then what you should do is the old trusty Dawn soap. Dawn soap and water will knock out anything, but you got to make sure you rinse heavy to get all the soap completely off. So anyway, once you've completely cleaned it, washed it, gun scrubber, soap, water, whatever you're going to do, then you make sure it's 100% dry. What I found, y'all are going to make fun of me probably, but it's all good. So what I found is like a small pump like this. I used to use the compressed air, the computer dusters, but this thing blows air like a mofo. So when I was, God, I wish I could show you stuff. When I was refinishing this, the thing you slap, the bolt release on an AR, it was black, and I didn't like it black because everything else was titanium and or stainless colored on it. So yeah, it is available at Walmart. Great job, Rando. You get an A+ for the day. And this is the day old one. That's from last night. This is the one from tonight. Yeah, so Vash, what up? Everyone, show Vash some love. He just joined us last night, and he's in for a rude awakening when he finds out what our channel is really about. No, really, though. Show him some love. What up, Matthew Telhart? So once you completely strip it of everything, you need to make sure that mofo is completely dry. Compressed air, for sure. Like, that's the shit. But having like a manual pump that never runs out, like, and this is pretty high pressure once it's up close, believe it or not, and it just looks like I'm rubbing one out. Hold on for the ride, Vash. What is it really about? What is what really about? I'm going to stay focused. So then you have to prep. Prepping for paint is the most important thing, okay? Like taping is like an art, okay? So if you don't have some basic things like an X-Acto knife set, you got to get an X-Acto knife set. Like this thing should be like, oh, there's a second one in there. What? It's like Christmas. Dang, I didn't know I had another. So, that's so dope. Damn. Okay. Because you get the big, okay. So anyway, once you go through taping, you have to use things like punches, use things like X-Acto knives, if you need to use screwdrivers, like whatever you need to use to make sure that everything is taped off appropriately. Painter's tape wants to be molded into specific, very precise lines, and you can do a really great job. So make sure you go heavy on the preparation. You should spend way more time prepping than you should painting. But once it is completely prepped and painted, a lot of people kind of make some mistakes on like hand guards. Like they'll just tape off like the top rail or whatever, and then spray through, and then get all kinds of like paint inside. The barrel cooks it. It turns pink and blue and looks all crazy. So what you should do is, I like stuffing the handguard, like an M-LOK handguard, with paper towels. Just literally crumpling up paper towels and stuffing them in and stuffing them in there until the inside is completely, loaded. And then you grab something like these long uh, kebab skewers, and then you literally just shove that thing right on there, and you can either hold it or you can stick that biatch in the ground, and that thing works like a champ. And you can hold it up for drying too. So anyway, here's what you want to do. So here's the breakdown. First coat is your base coat. Okay, so let's say if you want to do a battle worn red, like a Deadpool kind of job, you would use a bright red. Okay, there's a reason for this. A battle worn blue, you could use like a teal or a medium blue. Battle worn, if you really want to go ham, I'll tell you about the silver in a minute, but hang on. So let's say you want to let's go with red. Okay. So first thing you want to do is you want to get a like flat medium red. Okay. If you want to go super dark, it's not going to look good because the contrast won't be there. The coolest one that I've seen was in a kind of Noveski looking bazooka green color. That turned out super dope. There's a video on it on YouTube. Okay. So you go with your base coat first, and you go super heavy without getting drips or anything. Completely coat everything. Let's say you're doing handguard, upper, lower, tube, stuff, like go all out, okay? Or just do components, right? Like depending on how you want to do it. If you just want to do handguard, stock, mag, grip, vertical grip, like something like that, you can do whatever you want. But yeah, it is all about those blue chem lights. Oh, that didn't work too well. Okay, so once you get coat number 1 on, you want to let it sit usually for 48 hours so it can be 100% completely dry, unhandled, so you don't go putting your booger oils all over it, and then you cook it on. You can cook it on for as low as 150 degrees for a half an hour. That'll cook spray paint on to cure. Okay, you don't need to cook it right out of finishing paint. Okay, like as soon as you finish, you don't go cook it on. As soon as the 15-minute air dry is done, you don't go cook it on. I like to give it 48 hours. So once you cook it on, you bring that thing out, you let it cool down, and it should be completely cured. You can even use a hair dryer. You can use a heat gun, whatever your preference is. But you also don't want to overcook it, because if you overcook it, it gets too brittle and it can break and chip off way too easy. Easier than if you would have just let it sit regularly without cooking it. So anyway, once the base coat is done, what you're going to do is take, for round 2, once it's cooked and cured and all that, take it back out for paint, and you're going to use black. So let's say you have that. Let's use the handguard as the example, and it's bazooka green. Take black spray paint and hose that bitch down with black spray paint. Okay, once you do that, you have on standby a small bucket of water diluted with rubbing alcohol, and it could be paper towels, piece of a ripped up shirt, whatever you want, and you literally dunk it in there and wipe off the black. So you're only left with some of the black. Some of it sticks, some of it doesn't, and it basically cures onto the cooked on paint. And it does so kind of rubbed along the handguard, rubbed along the receivers, so it just looks super dirty. And I'll give you an example of kind of what that looks like. Let me pull up my IG. Good God, hello, young lady. So this is an example of what it looked like before. Damn. Hold on, let me try to bring the brightness down. See if that looks better. Can y'all see that okay? So this is what it looked like before any sanding or anything. It's just like, dang, this is really hard. That's what she said. Yeah, there's no way I'm gonna be able to show you that shit. Sorry guys. Let's try this. There's no happy medium. Basically, it's just black smudged all over it, okay? And then from there, oh, I know. Hold on. Kill the light. Oh, bring the brightness down. Okay, hold on. I'm using my noodle and do it from an angle. There we go. That's the one that I sent to James Reeves, lucky bastard. And that's before any other work. That's just with the kind of teal colored blue, and then I did black all over it. So those drips are actually water. That's not paint drips in it. So then what you do is once you let that sit for another 48 hours, that paint then dries and cures to the cooked on paint. And then you take super fine, there's a couple different options. I like using these. I like the actual brown, like sanding cloth, but you can also use the Scotch pads as well. These work incredibly well. You can tell I've been doing lots of stuff with them. And these all work really well. And basically, you just really, really lightly work on the high points, high points, and you kind of hit the areas that you want, right? Like I started hitting like the inside areas of the magazine. Um, okay, I guess a bunch of y'all saw my Instagram tag. So that's only my gun page. That's not like my personal page or anything. We also have a Dark Light Dugan Instagram too. Just so you know. Let me show you how it ended up. Once you start sanding the high spots and the areas that you want to make appear worn, then you start to see those areas brightening up. Damn, I wonder if I can show you this without getting shut down. This is the battle worn blue Glock. I did all the metal work on it too. Same kind of theme. Got the wear from the fingerprints on it. You just can't see any of the actual like detail in this picture, man. Unfortunately, I'm sorry. This other picture you should probably will be able to see. And I'm sorry, guys. I am ignoring the comments right now. I'll be right back on the comments. I promise. Is the second I find this picture. Almost, almost, almost. We've all been there. Oh my God. Muzzles Up just got 100 new follows. There we go. Oop. So you see how like inside the spots I sanded, at the top I sanded. So it really had some dope wear points, dude. And it looked good. Uh, the reason I used a Tapco mag is because if it turned out like trash, I would have just literally thrown it in the trash can. And that's the other side of it, but it's basically the fucking same. Basically, you guys get it, right? So you can use any color that you want, dude. It's super simple. That's it. Okay. Um, Let me go back. What did I miss? What up, Sport Brand? Okay, what's up with zombies? Holy moly. One of the few without a crack in the screen. Oh, my screen is fudged up. What are we talking about? CDC zombie preparedness. Shit's getting weird. Okay, somebody put me on. That'd be dope, Waylon. All right, now I'm behind. Let me get up. The zombie thing is from March. Okay, so now with that being said, who is going to be the first to go attempt battle worn? I mean, you also got to understand that, like, actually, Joe and I were talking about this. Like, making your guns look a certain way serves absolutely no purpose at all. But it currently is a hobby. You could consider it like a black market business, and it's fun. And I like making my guns look cool. Now, if we're going into like full world without rule of law, people aren't going to give a fuck what guns look like, right? So you're not going to be like, hey, who wants some Cerakote? Can you paint Cerakote on with a brush? So I've done that before on some areas. Again, I wish I could show you. They'll pull the stream if I show any firearms or anything. But so yes, but there's a way that you have to do it. So I noticed I was refinishing a Keltec P3AT that was like mad old. It used to be all black with a parkerized slide and barrel, and I got sick of the black, so I spray painted it all OD green, and I carried that thing in my pocket for like ever. And I'm going full grim dark ultramarine edition poverty pony AR-15. Hell yeah, there you go. I just did an all blacky myself. Um, so I missed a couple spots. I used the Brownell's Alumahide, which is a great treatment for gun coating. Like you can get it's in way more colors now. You can get it in stainless. You can get it in flat dark earth, OD green, like all the main colors. And I did like a gunmetal gray slash stainless kind of color. So it's like a bright gray, if you will. And I wanted to take all the OD green off the Keltec and then make it look like an old factory one that I used to have, which was gray frame with a stainless or hard chrome slide and barrel. So I did all the metal work and polished the slide and barrel, and it actually came out really freaking good. Like it looks legit. And then I did what's up, Carmus token. And then I did that Brownell's Alumahide, which is very similar chemically to Cerakote, and I missed a couple spots. So literally what I did, you have to do it within 30 minutes of application. If you wait longer than 30 minutes, it's not going to cure properly. And I sprayed some like on a separate small area, took one of my daughter's paintbrushes and was like swoop and put it on. And then I cooked it and baked it all together and cured it all together, and it worked. But does Base Gucci have a YouTube channel? I don't think he does. I don't know. If he does, his profile picture needs to be that one of him hanging off of like a like he's got like rappelling gear hanging off of like the underside of a deck holding an AK. It's either Base Gucci or TM or flip flopped, but both of them are there, which is hilarious. Okay, what are y'all talking about? Because I am not aware of anything new about zombie shit. Should be archived on the Light Fighter forum. Yeah, the dip paint jobs are pretty sick, and the process is so dope. Like I would like to get into that, but I don't have a tank or anything like that. Burn your snowshoes, Mitchell Black. Get it? Burn your snowshoes. Creepy Joe is a zombie, such a zombie. I don't want to call him anything but child sniffer. CDC zombie preparedness. It has to be a joke, bro. Oh, that so Joe, this is what you're talking about is the old one, right? Um CDC zombie real is the first thing that pulls up. The goddamn bacon. CDC zombie 2021. Hold up. CDC offers tips to survive 2021 zombie apocalypse, predicted by Nostradamus. Yeah, by the way, a lot of people are saying, how everyone was saying that um, 2 2Q TV, um, that 2012 was supposed to be like the year that we're all wiped out, and the Mayans calendar said blah blah blah. Then now that that didn't happen in 2021, they're saying, well, actually, the Mayan calendar is backwards, so it would be not 2012, it'd be 2021. So I'm just guys, have a conversation with yourself and come to the realization that we are all gonna die, and we are likely gonna die fighting, not by choice. All I want to do is be independent and self-sufficient and self-sustainable and have food and water and security and a community and give to people and care about people and like take care of them and stuff. Um I wouldn't dive too deep into it. They're just using zombies as a way to advocate. You know what they're probably doing? They're probably looking at who is looking at it, taking it seriously, sharing it, and then they're just going to document you as a domestic terrorist. KS, if you want your own house, I will draw up a plan of how to work to that every single day. Not allowed dark, you evil fascist. I am such an evil fascist. Fascist means you care about people and you love humanity and the Constitution, right? I thought that's what it meant. I could be mistaken though. I don't remember. Um, all right, what else? I'm just making ads, just waiting. Yo, Sport Brand, the stuff that you sent me, is that what you do like in your like real life? Like your big boy job? Guys, we're almost there. We're almost at 50. If we hit 100, I'm gonna crack it on camera. Swear to God. Ooh, that'd be a good idea. I'll pick an amendment tonight. Yeah, I'm not gonna read into the zombie shit. That's clearly some fucking garbage. And if everyone does start turning into zombies, you know what I'm gonna blame? What do you think I'm gonna blame? Somebody please say it in chat. You already know. Hold on, let me see if these Shield S15 magazines are in stock first. The shoes. Well, in a in a way, yes, it'd be the vaccine, which was created by. Yep, you got it. Constitutional. Let's let's look them up together. Okay, that's so crazy. Even if you Google the Constitution, anal swabs. If you Google the Constitution, literally like Amendment 1 and 2 pop up. Like that's all people talk about. It's like they don't want you to know how free you are supposed to be. They do not want you to know how little government intervention we're supposed to have in our lives. It's fucking ridiculous, dude. Um, all right, let's look at that. Yeah, we'll pull We'll pull one, a cool one that no one talks about. Kylim changes to your mRNA. Can that be a good thing? Yeah, I've heard, and I'm by no means like a scientist. Like the only thing that I can speak on at a scientific level are narcotics and combustion and propellants within firearms. Anything else, I just, don't know. But from what I've heard, the vaccination, which it is up to you and every single person independently, individually, if you're going to choose to get or not get. Um, I heard that it was essentially an operating system, that it was not like traditional vaxes. But we're going to get our stream pulled if we talk about shit like that. All right, you know what? We're at 50. Should I see if we can push it to 100, or should I just crack it? Let me see what y'all say. Don't take the Bill Gates poison. Yeah, right. It's all horseshit anyway. We're all scheduled to fucking die. So, crack it. I got one crack it. Karate chop it. That'd be a tough one. That'd be a tough one. Not gonna lie. It's so funny to give one to my daughter. She's 4, and I'm like, "Break it, sweetie. You can do it." And she's like with all her little might. It is adorable. All right, I think with this, I'm gonna have to get a little theatrical, guys. Do you mind? Do you mind if I get a little theatrical? Where is he? Where has he gone? Where has he gone? Oh my goodness. Hello, guys. How are you? Okay, don't shoot. I'm a branch Duganian. I'm just here for, All right, sorry. All right, now I'm definitely looking crazy. Snap. All right, maybe I'll rock it like up here or something like that. How about that? Right under the mag pool. Yeah, it's not going to stay up there. My beanie is not like Tim Pool tight. I'm telling you. So this is an 8-hour Kim light, and this is like legit. This is a lot of these are. I don't think they're government contract overruns, but they are friendly. Hold your fire. Yeah, don't shoot. Yeah, that beanie fuzz in my fucking mouth. I don't think they're government contract overruns, but they are of military quality. And the 3 that I got, let me show you here. Can you all see it if I rock it like this? You can see it enough, right? There you go. I love that the viewership goes up when crack a blue chem light. I think that's going to be the new thing. All right, so if you're, see, we already fucked up, because now if I do not drive a Subaru, why does everyone ask if I drive a fucking Subaru? Jesus Christ, I've never owned a Subaru in my fucking life, and I wouldn't. So basically, I could probably cinch it up a bit. How about that? There we go, like a choker. Oh, hell yeah. Thanks, brother. Thanks. Took some bike. Everyone, yo, what up? We got CRS in the house. I cracked a blue Kim light for him. You remember this, okay? So what I get is the Ameriglow Kim lights. So most of them are 12-hour. Like the orange are super bright. These are 12-hour. It'll tell you on them. Duration will be 12-hour. The yellow are like the brightest. I don't have any greens currently. No, I do, but those are in like my get home bag and stuff. These are 12-hour as well, but sadly, the blue are only 8-hour. So use them sparingly, okay? Literally, if you go on eBay, you can find a gang of these for pretty inexpensive. I got those 3 boxes for like, I don't know, $5 each. I think it was $15 for all 3, which there's 12 to a box, something like that, 10 or 12. So yeah, the Blug. See, we'll switch it up on them. But here's the problem: we've done over 500,000 minutes of watch time on YouTube, and we keep talking about blue chem lights. So now the glowies, the actual glowies, not the you glowies. You guys are good glowies. The actual glowies are going to be rocking fucking blue chem lights. They're going to be like, we'll outsmart them. They're going to be like passing them out, like, put this in your molly webbing. Here you go. My station chief told me to wear these. Blug sticks. Yes. I just want to like keep you close to me. Hello? Yep, I'm live streaming right now. They're all watching. Yeah, love you too. All right, so what's up with the Subaru thing? So we use green. Green may be tough, man. You're gonna be seeing a lot of dudes rolling around with green, the other blue. Stereotype of a vaping Subaru driver. Oh my God, is that so? Do people that vape drive Subarus? I guess. It's Ameriglow, which, by the way, just so you guys know, Ameriglow. If you guys are looking for sights for Glock pistols, the sights that I prefer are the Hackathorn style sights with a black. So these are suppressor height sights with a little bit more narrow of a front sight for accuracy. And these are flat black rear, so no tritium vials in the rear, and a tritium front sight with an HD yellow outline. And I want you guys to guess how much these cost. So these are made in the Trigicon factory, right next to a set of $120 Trigicons. And I want you all to guess, what about gray Ameriglow? I don't believe they make gray. Working on the welcome to the ATF vid. Hell yeah, dude. Man, so many ideas started popping in my head. Waylon, $40. Come on, man. I couldn't get the plastic for $40. 80. I did actually, so that's not true. I did get a set of those sights for my 43X for like $36. So you're right. That's realistic. I got them for 56 doll hairs. Stephen Crumley, he's a CRSer as well. The glowies will be obvious, just like the one begging CRS to sell him auto key cars. Oh, bro, dude, to make it even better than that, we have a guy who is like hitting up all of our videos to like people who drive Subaru vape, and do people who vape drive a Subaru? No, I got him for $56. 56 doll hairs on eBay. If you want a link, let me know. If you're looking for inexpensive anything, armor, sights, Glock parts, slides, barrels, like anything I can find, like I am like the deal king. I'm known to do builds like super low stuff. So yeah, so okay, so there's this dude, okay? He's going around on like a bunch of our videos and he's saying that me and Light are federal agents, okay? That we're actually feds, like real feds, not glowies, like real feds, okay? And that we caught Dugan doing something illegal, and we are like holding him against his will and forcing him to make a YouTube channel for some like crazy elaborate scheme, and we're blackmailing CRS so he can boost our channel, and we're like operating off the backs of CRS and Dugan. Like I could not even believe it. Like my first response was like, bro, You spent all this time thinking about us to post a comment to us. Like, this is free entertainment that you're watching on YouTube. You think this is a federal sting operation? Like, bro, we'd have millions of subscribers. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Yeah, living up in my stream rent free. Come on. How do you figure it out so quick? That's what I thought. Like, man, you just subscribed last night from CRS and you figured it out that quickly? God. If you are red, you were fed. Yep. If you rock red Kim lights all day, this is a honeypot. IDC, I don't. This is a honeypot. I don't care. If you were a fed, your channel content would be like colon Dracar Noir. Oh, that's terrible, and that's a terrible cologne as well. Yeah, I would be lifted up and elevated by the NRA for 4 or 5 years, build up to where I get 1 million subs, and then go on my own and tell everyone that I'm an attorney. I mean, become an attorney. Hold on, Hoss USMC. Yeah, I think I remember a channel like that. I don't remember them specifically, but I definitely remember that username. Doug's a top echelon informant. I know. I checked with my Interpol command. Yep, yep. You guys got it, man. I feel entrapped already. We guys, listen. We're all feds. Everyone's feds. We're all Dugan. Everyone's Dugan. We're all glowies. Okay. Just operate under the understanding that every single person is are the peoples. That they are the police. And plus, we're not doing anything fucking illegal. Like, we're sitting here telling people how to synthesize energetics in their fucking basement with salt. Like, come on. You are the ATF. You're the Senate. Hey, it's 2021. You, my friend, are whatever you identify as. I Am Legend. Also a great movie. Groups are always a terrible idea. This is a gathering of individuals. Yep, for sure. A Fed would never tell you to be self-sustaining. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, when we're sitting here telling people to become independent, I am Negan. See, that's where the I am Dugan thing came from. Don't know if y'all know that. So, come on, shake her up there. I mean, this thing glows with glory, bro. Like, it's bright. Like, I mean, the thing is, it's out there. if Dark is a fad, I don't care if he drones me, bro. At least you won't feel it, Like, I think I would have a little bit better quality. I think my background would be a little more assuming. Like, you know what? If I were, like, I would be like, oh, you can't see, goddamn light. Hold on, I gotcha. This this is what I would be like every single day. Are you guys tired of these stupid liberals stepping all over our freedoms? Well, today I'm here to tell you that, stupid shit like that. Like, that's that Fed shit, bro. That's that Fed shit. You chose the correct color for DLD. Thank you. You chose the correct color for your username. I am the Secretary of Time. If I gotta be taken by a Fed, it better be Dark or Dugan. What about Light? Give Light some love, man. Light put a lot of love into this. Making the frogs gay. Was that? I didn't even realize. Was that an Alex Jones impression? I didn't even. Fed wouldn't build eBay Glock knockoffs. That's true. That's true. Hey, a Fed would not build a freaking unicorn Glock. Okay, and for all those that know about my unicorn Glock, you know how I get down. So we've considered it. I may have a connection to old AJ over there. What color chem lights are moths attracted to? All of them. Sorry, we haven't really hit The feds designed the unicorn Glock. I fucking knew it. I knew it, man. Oh, Pacone. Guys, I may, I may be able to throw in a K Industries 30 round magazine, anodized aluminum that they're like 30, 40 years old and they discolor over time and they turn a beautiful gold color. Letter Balm, what's up, brother? Bro, miss you. Hope you're doing well, brother. Um, but the anodizing, it's old school, right? So they kind of turn color a little bit and they turn goldish, right? And I had one signed by a PewTuber named Jonathan Pacone, and I may be including that in the giveaway. Miss you. Love you, Letterbomb. Yo, Letterbomb is like the fucking original OG up in the disc. Oh, Letterbomb, we got a new Discord. It's the Darklight Dugan Discord. Somebody send Letterbomb an invite. I just to throw this out there because Discords get nuked so fucking quickly. We got to be careful with it. So I don't want to just throw it out there on every single chat. Um, I'll tell you what, TM, go ahead and throw the Discord link out there. And like some people on here I already sent it to. And then I'll just delete it after you. Yeah. Yeah, no, I see. You're on my other one. So the other account that says Dugan Ashley, it's like Dugan Ashley 20 or something like that, is not actually Dugan Ashley. That's me. And I did that when we were all getting cooked. So I got like 3 Discord usernames. But the one that I'm currently operating under, I'm not going to say. Hmm. I'm trying to figure out how to make Discord work. Copper magazines would be cool. So I can actually, if you want to do copper with a green patina, go to Wally World, go to old Walmart. Does she send? It's not in the Keybase. We could probably put it there though. If you don't get it, then hold on for 1 second. Give me 2 seconds. Guys, my little one woke up. Bear with me. Stay online. I'll be right back. Yeah, I cannot believe all you mofos stayed. I fucking love you guys. Common courtesy. What up? What up? Um, Sport brand. So I was asking you, is that the kind of stuff that you sent me? Is that what you do, like in your profession? Dark's getting Zimbabweed. What the fuck does that mean? Yeah. Do me a favor. Email, because I know the true mofo's up in here. Um, I don't have a Snapchat because I'm an adult. Because I know like the true mofo's here. If you email me at the darkest mavis at gmail.com, I will I'll send you the link. Okay, but it'll be a link that expires, and it'll be a link that you can only click once. So you can't send it to someone else. You can't pass it around and all that. Let me say this too. The Darklight Dugan Discord that was created by a viewer, and our viewership has 100% their own creative ability to do whatever they would like. The Darklight Dugan Discord does not, uh, what is it? The Darklight Dugan Discord does not necessarily state the views, beliefs, and all that shit. Like, we don't own that shit. All right, it's you guys that are making it. We'll just pop in from time to time. Um, I don't think I do Letterbomb. I'm just messing with you, oddball. I mean, you're right. No, it's just one of the social media things I never really got into. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to offend you. I care about you. Spoken like a true fat boy. Which one? Oh, my. That's why they call me Disclaimer Dark. Yeah, it is the just a hobby. Well, good for you, brother. I have a movie life. It is the darkest DARKEST Mavis MAVIS at gmail.com. Yes, John D. John's got the D. Oddball, did you have a different username before? A Fed couldn't be such a disclaimer more dropper. Well, the funny thing is now that like we're all globies, everyone's a fucking Fed. So I think it's hilarious that like he thinks that we are holding Dugan against his will. Like, bro, do you realize that this is like the most liberated motherfucker in the world? Like, how can anybody, no one can make Dugan do anything, period. Like, when I call him and ask him for something like, hey, bro, do you think like maybe you could possibly, if you have the time, like, I first want to tell you how much I respect and value your time, and I want to honor your time. But he's like, just fucking tell me what you need, bro. Um, Dugan cannot be held as he is urethra. Just kidding. Ethereal. That seems like a large word that someone that left high school at 15 years old likely would not know. Although, even though I did leave high school at 15, um, I'd like to say that I self studied quite a bit. I enjoy the education. Um, Not that old. Yeah, Discord is way more user friendly. It's way more fun. It's way cooler. The problem is that it's owned by fucking Google, and it's owned by Alphabet, and the shit will get nuked for hate speech. Always, always. And when we set it up, we fucking put money into it. We have, 12 mods. We have people doing fucking meetings on like, who should stay, who should be banned and all that. Because people do terrible fucking things in Discord, let's be honest. And yeah, so you put a lot of work, a lot of hard work, a lot of fucking effort into it, and you end up getting nuked and, make a BBS. I had a Camry back in the day with some BBS wheels on it. What the fuck is a BBS? Sorry, I'm actually waiting for your response. What else do y'all want to talk about? You want to talk about, you know, actually, you know what? Bulletin board system. Is that like an app, or are you talking about like an actual fucking bulletin board system? Don't T-zone. Don't T-zone. Don't T-zone. Excuse me. Okay, so then let's talk about this. Um, got it. Jesus Christ. My fucking daughter woke up again. Good God. Hang on for 1 second. I may have to go back up and help the little yeetling. What I think, honestly, I think my wife knows that. Um, my wife knows that I'm streaming, so she's texting me like, "Oh, she woke up. She needs you." It's like, nah, she don't need me. She's good. I go upstairs. She's like, yeah, yeah. The glow sticks could actually make a cool logo. Well, funny you say that. We may actually be. Yeah, I got you on the chem lights. For all y'all that are emailing me, thank you. Um, somebody actually said, somebody said, dark. My wife knows I'm a Fed. Somebody said, Dark reads his emails as much as Brandon Herrera works on the AK-50. Oh, that's great. Hold on. She always wants to do. New Kalashnikov shotgun, aka real life Doom shotgun. Anybody, bro? I fucking love shotguns. Yes, I was actually letterbomb. I was just texting with him. He's good. He's healthy. He's happy. He's got like 10 more Bay things. Hold on for 1 second. Jesus Christ. You mofos are emailing. All right, give me 1 second. I am going to do something. Josh is a Fed. Dude, I fucking know where he works. Texas Pride. Yo, please bring him back in here. Hold on 1 sec. All right, do you guys want the stream to get fucking crazy and esoteric and like ridiculous fucking conspiracy nonsense? If you do, then be prepared. Please stand by. Thank you for your patience. Dark Light Dugan is back. Oh, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. We have 53 motherfuckers in here, and my analytics tell me that only 10% of you hit the fucking thumbs up. So please. Oh, and by the way, we just hit 1,000 subs. And that's basically it. It's basically it. So, well, tell me when, brother. Tell me when. Sorry, I'm always working on something behind the scenes. Oh, bro, I stay in full battle rattle. So hold on. So do y'all actually think like that aliens exist? Don't forget to buy all the TP. Yeah, and get in fistfights at fucking Walmart over TP. Unless you live off grid in Alaska and don't pay taxes, then use a fade. Cock reveal at 2K. Bro, why wait? Why wait? Hang tight for 1 second, guys. What are you torn on? Common Courtesy is doing a 80% build right now in Minecraft. Um, he's got some pretty, bro. Didn't I send you like a gang of links to save money on your build? A can of peaches in a sock, a great improvise. Yes, go to the men's clothing section, grab some socks, grab a can of peaches, grab a padlock. Double up on the sock though. Double up on the sock. Tie a knot in it too. Joshy Doom, we were just talking about you. Letter bomb. There's your boy. Joshy fucking Doom. All right, hang tight. Josh, you want to get in the stream? I got Joey K about to hop in here too. I need y'all to get in here quick though, because I gotta go take care of my daughter real quick and come right back. Yes, you did. Great deals all around. By the way, Common Courtesy also donated $20 a month of our streaming service here. So shout out to Common Courtesy, guys. Give him some love in chat, please. All right. So let's do this. I have in 3 minutes, I have Joey K coming on, and we're going to talk about some crazy fucking conspiracies that you would not even believe. Like, bro, I was looking at these pictures for like I could not maximize the zooming in anymore. I was fully fucking zoomed in on this shit, and it is crazy as shit. Joshy Doom, you're gonna be a mod on our new Discord. Why are Algonquin aliens, and why do they use gold to shift between dimensions? You know what? That's an actual excellent point. I'm a conspiracy type of guy. Yes, you are, motherfucker. That was very courteous. I love small talk in this community when you ask how someone is doing. Oh yeah, he's doing great. He just got 20 new things. Yeah, bro, I'm down on my luck. Hold on. I'm down on my luck right now, bro. I'm down on my last 6 things. No, I was just making a joke about Joshy being a fucking prep head. Um, Josh probably has like I would guess at least 20 fangs. That's just a literal guess, though. Damn, only 6 left. Stay up, King. Dark, I'm gonna send you email for the Discord in a minute. Just making some food. Make your food, brother. Take it easy. Sit down and relax. Enjoy it. I've been distributing those things to my boys left and right. What are we talking about distributing? Blue chem lights. Oh, things. Is the thing fragile or something? I only have one. Yes, it is fragile. The screen is fragile. Um, the UV5R, I think it is. If you are going to get the UV5R, hold on, please. if you are going to get the UV5R, get the I think they're 13-inch whip antennas. Um, these things are the way to go all day. Floppy with big black rods. Okay. And I think I got both of these for $5.95. And I'm also going to get one of the vehicle antennas too that is magnetized to the top. Guys, give me 5 minutes. All right. All right. Sorry to leave y'all hanging, man. When the little one wakes up, got to take care of her. You know what I'm saying? Um, thank you for all the emails, guys. I'll get to you. All right, everyone, welcome to the stream. Senior Joe. What's up, player? Thanks, Radical. Joe, you have audio? Give me a test. Test this. I can hear your ambient noise, but I can't see you. So while you do that,
What's up, man?
what's up, brother? I'm just gonna show these beautiful people one of my
Not
favorite
too much.
SBR stocks.
That's pretty fancy.
More so the sticker.
How's the audio?
Audio is beautiful, man. You sound like an angel that just gave birth to a baby angel.
All right, let me turn this camera on.
What up? I think this is my first time actually
What's up,
seeing
man?
you, man. How's it going?
It's going, man.
Good, man.
I'm trying to adjust the camera here. It's all cattywampus.
You froze for
What's
a
up?
second. You good? You say something?
Should be.
Okay, it kind of
Test.
keeps freezing. It keeps freezing for a second. Give it a. Are you doing this through Safari or Chrome?
Yeah, I'm in Safari on a tablet or an iPad thing.
Okay, give it like probably 20 to 30 seconds. Sometimes it takes a minute for the audio to set in because it gets garbled sometimes. Let me put this darling thing away. All right. Who is this man? Thank you. I'm glad that you like the sticker, Letterbomb. Guys, this is Joe. Joe is a viewer. Choppy.
Is it better with the camera off?
Yeah. Do a test. Give me a Sally sells seashells by the seashore.
Sally sells seashells by the seashore.
I wouldn't call it something, but I think it's not wanting to play today. All right, yeah. Go ahead and try on your phone. All right, I just Dark making the wife nervous with all the rifle racket. Yeah, she's I'm in the subgrade basement. She's 2 floors above me, so likely can't hear. And that's why when we moved into this house, I was so grateful because I could actually punch pins and Dremel shit at night and not have to worry about waking up my entire family. Oh, bro, we're already there, man. I'll tell you right now. Look at every single person that you know. Look at your boss. Look at your coworkers. Look at your family. Everyone is struggling. Everyone's having a difficult time. They're losing money. They're losing friends. They're seeing people commit suicide. Their people are losing businesses. Their favorite businesses are going out of business. They're being forced to order shit through Amazon. They're like this time right now, in this moment, the people that are in our lives, their lives as they knew it are falling apart. They no longer exist. Okay. So we're having, and this is the beginning. Okay. This has just been the first year. It is going to get worse when COVID-21 hits, when all these new strains hit, when it is only going to get worse. You are literally going to have to roll around with a, I got vaxxed ID card. You're going to have to roll around with, an antibody test or a, negative test within 72, that it's going to be some totalitarian shit is what I'm guessing. I am guessing this, okay? I'm guessing based on the fucking disgusting place that we're at right now. Economic downturn. Yeah. So I live in one of the richest places in the country. Hang on. I live in literally one of between number one and number two of the richest county in the country. And I'm seeing shit go out of fucking business. Go out of good luck getting a replacement battery for your cordless drill. Bro. Yeah. Think about this, okay? I want you guys to consider this. Fuck, I dropped a fruit snack. 5 seconds. Yeah, I'm dirty. I get down. Here's what I'll tell you. Okay. Imagine you come home from work, walk in the door, and your family greets you, hug your kids, kiss your wife, have dinner, you fuck your wife and go to bed. Okay. You wake up, walk into the bathroom, turn on the sink to brush your teeth, and it doesn't turn on. And you're like, well, that's weird. Hit the lights, shit doesn't turn on. Walk into the kitchen, fiddle with the sink and shit, doesn't turn on. Then go hit every fucking light in your house, doesn't turn on. And you say, well, that's weird. I should call someone. And you go to your cell phone and you grab it, and up in the top right hand corner, the cell signal has a big fucking X through it. Okay. What are you gonna do? All these people that have been ordering their fucking Amazon Fresh, all these people that only eat fast food, all these people that are so reliant on every single piece of the system that has been breastfeeding them for the last 2 decades. They will be alone. Okay? Now, what happens to you at that point is up to you. Okay? I'm going to finish this rant real quick. Sorry. What happens to you at that point is up to you. Okay? I don't know, what position everyone is gonna be in. Eat your shotgun. Yeah, that's sadly what a lot of people will do. But your neighbors, your friends, they go 3 days without water. Bro, it will change people. And then what'll happen is once people have struggled enough, I am guessing, they'll say, well, if you, donate blood and, probably something with your DNA, light a candle and play card games, you would think, but system, you are a more normal, logical person. These people that only get water from, fucking who knows where, right? They get water in bottles from their Brita fucking filter. Only people, they only order food through Amazon Fresh and these fucking apps where, they will not know what to do. And when you're in such a highly densely populated area, man, people are going to fucking die. And I think what they want is they want to normalize violence. When they're talking about a dark winter, I don't know if this is a plan for a year, 5 years, 3 years, 10 years, 7 years. I don't know, okay? But I'm saying, like, for me, I'd be like, okay, it's on, switched. I hit my switch and I know what environment that I'm in, and I'll start, going through my preps, and I'll go through my plan that I have for me and my family. So I'm just saying, think about that because we take all the shit that we have every fucking day for granted. Okay. Be grateful, be compassionate, be caring, give to others, contribute to others. You're right. Violence is already normalized, but we're not walking over corpses to get our fucking soy lattes yet. Sorry. So Joe's here with me. I just went into video games only when you got power, brother. Hopefully you got a electric generator, which by the way you can get them for like $3,000, and they're like almost silent. Because if your plan is to start a gas powered generator in your like out of your back door, you're gonna be having some issues. Okay, sorry. Let's go ahead and jump in. So, Joe, can you hear me? Okay.
Yeah, man.
Okay, cool. And I'm catching your audio pretty well. Tell the viewers a little bit about what we were discussing last night, or do you want to jump in?
Giving too much away. What's up?
The picture and the towers, and do you want to get into that, or you want to just kind of have more of a casual session?
Yeah, we can. Hang on one second. Give me like 20 seconds. I gotta respond to a text real quick. That way it's not constantly interrupted.
You're good. You're good. Handsome Joe. We do need like a handsome Rob. Yeah. True that system. You don't move, you don't survive. Moth camo on the streets. Soylent Green. It is a fool's gambit to wait until shots start ringing out to have a wartime mindset. So, okay, yes, but there's different levels to what I meant. Are you referring to what I said by the switch flipping? Bacon, is that what you're referring to? Hell yeah, Carmus. I want to see
All right,
what.
brother, should be good, man.
All right, cool. Your audio is coming through perfectly, by the way. I want to see what Bacon says.
Sweet.
Bacon said it's a fool's gambit to wait until shots start ringing out to have a wartime mindset. And I was curious to see if he was referring to my reference of my switch flipping, or if it's something else. The only reason I'm saying that is because it's impossible to remove a warrior's mindset. Your mindset is always that you adjust to live actual life to the point where you can, operate in your normal life every day and still enjoy life enough to, care for your family, care for your children, your wife. But that warrior mentality is still in there. You just have to make sure you're prepared and have different levels of preparedness and a plan. Not saying you should open carry your AR, but Poland wasn't in war until it was. Always be vigilant. 100% agree. And you need to make sure that you have stages that you can go through. If you are, you should be prepared for every single situation. Yeah, and I get what you're saying in general. I know you're not like, digging or busting my balls or anything. I think that, most people pocket carry their 380 and have a bunch of guns at home and think that they can, like make it through the apocalypse. Like they think they can get home to get what they need, or they think that they can just hunker down and stay at their house with their case of water and their teepee and think that they're going to be okay. I think that you always need to have a long gun. You always need to have armor. You always need to have at least 420 magazines. And if I'm walking outside of the threshold of my bedroom, okay, even if I'm just going into the fucking kitchen to make a sandwich, my minimum is 31 rounds of 9mm, a pocket knife, and a less than lethal option. I will not walk outside of my bedroom without that. And that's a commitment that I made to myself because I've felt that feeling of not being armed. There you go. Is that a 43X or 48?
No, it's for 17, 45, 34 guns, 19 round mag.
You got the
OEMs all the way,
actually,
man.
I put purple tape so I know if they're subsonic. Actually, on that note, before we get into it, so you guys can tell that I'm a cheap motherfucker because I'm always telling you like, hey, there's a deal here. There's level 3 armor for $100 here. There's a Glock slide for $120 here. That's what I do. Or like, there's tritium night sights for $56 that are made in the fucking Trigicon factory here. That's what I do. I love a deal. So one of the best things I have ever gotten for $7 is this. It's about the size of a briefcase. Okay. It's relatively small. It's open on the sides. Okay. You can likely see what's on the sides. So this is what I keep usually in my vehicle next to a set of armor and a long gun. And when you open it, see if I can do this up like this. Woo! You got 4 AR mags. Here, I'll do it like this. Make sure I don't have anything that's gonna give you my social or anything. So basically, the setup here is 4 AR mags. So I got XM 193s, basically half green tips and half XM 193s. Then I got 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, like 190 something rounds for the Scorpion, and 66 rounds for the Glock. And in addition to whatever gear I have on me, usually my sidearm and a long gun, the trunk, and a set of plates. You should always have an extra set of plates, always, because you may need a slit carrier to conceal, or you may need the full boog loadout with medical and all that shit. So, sorry, I'll get off my. It's a carry-on bag. It's so easy just to literally like take one of those trunk mesh things and like plop that bitch in the back of your trunk right next to your armor, right next to your little SBR case or whatever. Simple and effective. So this is like, if you are gifted the opportunity to run for cover concealment behind your vehicle, then you pop the trunk and you got a little kit that you can top off your gear, or just grab this bitch and post up somewhere else and run, whatever. But it's just a quick grab, and it gives you, it could give you, what is that, 8 AR mags, or it could give you 16 Scorpion mags. But the problem is with the Scorpion, a 9mm is underpowered. It's not a long gun, right? It's a pistol caliber carbine. So everyone, please welcome Joe. Joe, tell us a little bit about yourself and how long you've been around our community, how you found us, and all that.
Sure. So, longtime Carnicon fan from back in the day. Dugan kind of fell off the face of the earth, and in a way, I kind of did too, but for different reasons. And came back from a combat deployment, and like nothing made sense. So did a little bit of digging and research and like trying to figure some things out, and just like nothing really. That just made it more confusing, right? So fast forward to like what, a year ago, and saw you guys, or him doing his thing, and eventually back and forth with Cliff and with Dugan via email and text. Not texting with Dugan, but Cliff, and was the first guest on your all's podcast thing. Prior
He was
service,
our first guest. Just to throw that, he was our actual first guest. Yeah, sorry.
Not the best guest, just the first. Okay.
You were the best first guest we could have had.
Yeah. I don't know about that, but yeah, man. Prior service, active duty Marines, infantry, security forces, one combat tour to Afghanistan in 2011 in Helmand province. And I'd prefer not to say what I do for work right now. But yeah, nothing crazy, nothing cool, just work. So slowly working my way towards being more self-sufficient, more sustainable, more independent. And it's a process. And I don't think anybody's ever going to be fully there. The Amish, I think, are about the only ones that are there.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's about me. What do you want to talk about, man? Gear? You want to talk about the stuff we were talking about? It's up to you, man. It's your show.
I'm open to anything. We'll see what chat was. It's going to be on like a 15-second delay.
If we get into the stuff we were talking about, I got my helmet because it's going to get retarded.
Yeah, it's going to get crazy retarded. Let me edit this real quick. What helmet is that?
It's just a Hillary Clinton bump helmet. I mean, a Team Wendy bump helmet.
What brand helmet is that? I'm sorry. Do you know what brand?
Team Wendy.
Oh, Team Wendy. Okay, gotcha.
Team Wendy is the manufacturer. I don't know. It's like a LTP or something. It's like it's the cheapest one you can get from them. I got it on sale, so.
I was just curious. That's one thing I don't have: a helmet and nods. And of course, I've always been, considering getting nods. Nice.
Yeah. In the world of the blind, the one-eyed man is king. And when they turn the lights out, PBS 14, you may be the one-eyed man, but you can still see more than everybody else running around with flashlights and stuff. So I'm working my way towards at least one set of 14s. But there's so many things like priorities-wise that you got to divvy up your resources.
Yeah, I totally agree.
If it was up to me, every American would have their own night vision.
Yeah, absolutely. So a lot of people are saying conspiracy theories, and people are asking what we're talking about. That's a deep subject. We're an hour and 45 minutes into the stream, and I got 36% life left on the battery. So how about this? How about we give a teaser, okay?
That's kind of what I was thinking.
Yeah, and then we'll do a full stream dedicated to it, which will probably get us shut down. So someone actually asked a question, what's a good place to get night vision equipment?
There isn't. Everybody that's in the night vision selling industry are a bunch of thieves and liars. unless you know otherwise. So
Yeah.
the most important thing with night vision is to get a spec sheet and to not buy Russian or Chinese tubes.
Yeah.
The housings on the 14s are all the same. It's the tube that matters. At the end of the day, the cheapest, junkiest Russian or Chinese night vision that works is still going to be better than none. But most often, you're going to spend the same amount of time waiting and the same amount of resources, i.e., money, sourcing some of that cheap junk that you would getting something that's like middle of the road, halfway to decent quality, American made stuff. So that's a whole nother subject. You want to look at some of the stuff that subject matter experts talk about. So Jeremy Caldwell from 1 Minute Out and Chuck Pressberg from Press Check Training Consulting and TNVC. I can't vouch for their business practices, but they have a ton of information and resources on night vision. So do your due diligence. Don't buy cheap junk. You're not going to go buy some night vision and like turn around and sell it and buy. It's not like trading. It's not like trading Glock parts, right? It's like a couple of $1,000s at minimum. So if you're gonna like convince mama, hey, let's go dump $4,000 with some night vision, it probably better work. It's like buying a car, man. Like you don't want to screw that up and get some piece of junk lemon that you can't do anything with.
Yeah. How much research, time, energy, and commitment would you put into purchasing a vehicle? Like a lot,
Exactly.
you know. So I did hear that usanightvision.com had good business practices and has shit in stock currently, but I don't know personally anything about them. That could just be some fucking shit. Yeah.
I can't make a recommendation for anybody selling it, and even more so if you're finding something like Tax Swap or Arms List or Gun Broker, like some dude and some guy in Kentucky wants to sell me his night vision. Like, yeah, buyer beware. Like, do your own research. If you're gonna spend that much money, you're better off asking more questions than less.
Well, that's the other thing. Like, if you're going to buy some tubes, you better have the rest of your shit all set up. Like from a priorities standpoint, if you're buying nods, you better make sure that you have water, food, shelter, security nailed down, right? I mean, not to take away from like there are ways to, like you could get a thermal optic, you can get a digital night vision optic. It's going to be way more affordable than actual tubes. It'll also be way less versatile. It'll also be way less effective, and you'll be draining batteries in an environment where likely you can't charge batteries, that easily.
Yeah.
So just be cautious what you get. And thermal is dope. I went on a coyote hunt with thermal, and I didn't take anything that night. But dude, that shit was like literally just watching a black and white TV. It was sick. Yeah.
If you're gonna do like some observational weapons mounted stationary visual scanning, if it was me, like I'd have both. But if you could only get one or like prioritize one over the other, I would get the thermal first for a weapon mounted system. Like, hey, I'm gonna put this on a bolt gun in 6.5 Creedmoor or a bolt gun in 308 or one of my extra AR uppers or something. For hunting, for observation, for whatever, you can always peel it off of the gun and hand hold it or put it on a tripod. Like, there's a ton of stuff you can do with that. But the stuff that's like weapon centric for night vision, it kind of is only weapon centric or handheld. And if you're going to get night vision, you might as well get something you can wear on your face.
I got some people referencing Picone. I could probably call Picone and get him in the stream too. But before we do
Yeah,
that,
it's up to you, man.
let's Gordon. Picone is a huge fan, or is a huge part of the DLD team. So that's our fam. So before we do any of that, discuss what you sent to me and kind of where that came from and wherever you want to begin. And this is
Yeah.
just a teaser for another stream, guys. So you know,
So I can tell you that there was no show prep for the first time that I was on your all's thing.
mhm.
But Cliff and me have been texting back and forth ever since that first one and just sharing, information about different things. And
Yeah,
recently, me and you have been doing a little bit of the same.
yeah.
And I got sent some stuff that you guys had gotten and started looking into that. I don't want to get too detailed on what that stuff was because we're going to do a whole, or you guys are going to do a whole show about it. But
You can
basically,
call it if you want. You can mention, the
okay. So there was
the three words that is the art
yeah,
student.
there was there was some Austrian art students that were in the United States circa 2000, 2001, and they were doing some very suspicious, out of the ordinary things. And a federal law enforcement agency wrote a 60 plus or 60 page, I don't know if it's 60 or 66, is 60 or more page memo, an internal memo about these suspicious people doing suspicious things that didn't really make sense. And this was published prior to September 11th. So I get this memo from Cliff, and it's like really dry and boring. I'm just like reading through, reading the names, reading the birth dates, reading the reports, and like anybody that's ever had to read like internal law enforcement memos, like it's not a fun reading. So it took me like 2 days to get through it because I was like reading it for 20 minutes and then putting it away and then jumping back to where I left off. So after 2 days of reading this stuff and like going back and reading some other things, I'm like, okay. And then there was a news article that was based off of the law enforcement report. And so I read through that news report, and I was like, "Holy crap!" Like
Yeah.
this was a real thing that multiple uh, news stations and services put out. Fox News, Le
Hmm.
Monde, French newspaper, Jane's International, which is like a military and technology quarterly or monthly thing. I used to read that when I was a kid. I used to get Jane's International like books on fighter planes at the library when I was a kid. So it's kind of like a serious minded, publication. They're not like, let's talk about the Kennedy assassination, like, like for Jane's to
Yeah.
do a news report on something that kind of says something. Le Monde, I'm not like, I don't follow like French news or anything, but that's a relatively large newspaper. Everybody knows who Fox News is. And the other article was from salon.com, which I don't read those people. It was the first time I've ever read anything from those guys, but I've heard the name. I am familiar with their existence. So I read through all this stuff, and then I start looking at like basically taking keywords like Austrian art students, New York City, Austrian art students, 2001, suspicious Austrian art students, New York City, like just different keywords that I gleaned from the articles and the news broadcasts that
All
had
right,
been
now
put out.
hold that thought just for 1 second. So, guys, when you think about something, okay, what he's about to get into is some pretty deep shit. Okay, so as he's looking for this information, he's seeing specifically, that these, and there's reason we're saying Austrian, right? There's a reason for it, but just pay special attention. Okay, sorry, I'll shut up now.
Yeah, no, it's um, the thing that I eventually found was in some places listed as Austrian art students, which is kind of funny because it was like somebody from Austria back in the day that was an art student or wannabe art student. Um, I just found that like kind of a weird, I don't know, coincidence. There, and what we're talking about is either a bunch of real stuff that's just really weird coincidences, um, or there's something there, right?
Funny,
And
one of our viewers, Sport Brand, I saw him just the other day, said, "I've heard of coincidences, but I've never seen one."
yeah, Yeah, nothing happens by mistake or accident. Is one way to look at things. So I start reading through this other information, and it was interesting because like you could find somebody that had like compiled it all into a list, and those people that had compiled everything into a list where it's like, timeline and like logical flowing, front to back type information, it was like folks that are more conspiracy minded. Then you could find like law enforcement reports and news reports and like articles in the New York Times where it was like, we're just going to talk about this one specific piece of this thing, right? Like, we're not going to talk about before or after. We're just going to talk about this. And then there's all these other dudes on the internet that are like taking those things and putting them in a row, right? So whether you start off with like the conspiracy website, forum, whatever, archive post from 2006, 2007 on some like obscure website you've never heard of, and then go like bullet by bullet point and be like, okay, let me go find this. Did this happen? And like, it all happened. Like, I haven't found anything that they listed that did not occur. The big question mark is why? Like, why did all this stuff happen? Did it happen because it's just an unfortunate coincidence? Or did it happen for a reason? And like a serious reason, sinister reason? Or did it happen because, like, hey man, there just happened to be this stuff going on right before September 11th. So after I got out of the service, or as I was getting out of the service, I'd looked into some of the 9/11 stuff. And previous to that, I'd looked up stuff on JFK and stuff on Pearl Harbor when I was a kid, like a teenager, because I found that stuff kind of interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And in the military, in the service, like I never really wanted to look at the stuff on September 11th because I just didn't want to open that can of worms.
Yeah.
And whenever I would come across it, hear somebody saying something or see something on social media or hear a buddy talking about it, I would just dismiss it and like reject it out of hand. And I remember somebody suggesting that, like, seen on a documentary, like, well, somebody put explosives in the towers, right? And I was like, dude, do you know how complicated it would be? How many people and how much time and how much resources you would need to do that for just one building, let alone 2 or 3 or 4, like all the other theories. And so I just dismissed it. I was like, dude, like, if that had happened, there would be information on this, like, even if it wasn't information saying these are the people that did it, it would be information describing some anomaly, some out of the ordinary circumstances that like you would be able to find. But if you're thinking like, okay, somebody might have put some stuff in the building prior to you plane hitting, you wouldn't Google Austrian art students. You wouldn't that wouldn't even enter into your mind to like, well, there's probably some art students from Europe.
Yeah.
Like not on the list of top 100 suspects. Not like,
For sure.
Who would think to like look at that?
Yeah, and it was crammed down our throat. And I'm not saying, anything other than the words that I'm saying. So my intention is not to imply anything else. Okay. But it was immediately crammed down our throats who was the enemy right away. It was without a shadow of a doubt, something happens. This is your new enemy. Everyone take a good long look, right? And you guys remember how it was at that time, like, yeah. So just keep that in mind, right? There could be reason for that. So you sent me some Oh yeah,
Go
sorry,
ahead.
please. No, you're good. You're good. Go ahead.
No, go ahead, man.
I was gonna say, you sent me some pictures, and I think lightly touching on the pictures would add a pretty high level of value for for the viewers.
So the pictures are all on the Discord group. So if you don't already have access to the Discord group, figure out a way to do that. They, as from everything I can gather, they were pulled from two sources. They were pulled from a book written by one of the two Austrian art student teams, because they called themselves teams. They wrote a book about it, and they published photos in the book. You can buy the book on everybody's favorite subscription-based freaking delivery company for like $900. And then a bunch of people like taking photos and reposting them elsewhere on the internet. And there were some photos taken from a New York Times article that appeared in the Metro section of the New York Times. There was a documentary, I believe, that was in German language that was put out about some of the stuff that went on. And yeah, so that's kind of where the pictures originated from, and that's how I acquired them, like how anybody else would using the internet. I didn't go spend $900 on the book, but like you can find the cropped, or like the whole sheet from that article from New York Times that has photos of these dudes on one of the floors of the World Trade Center, like months before 3,000 of our fellow countrymen met their untimely demise.
And what was in the?
So when I was,
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
go ahead. No, you go
No,
ahead,
no, no,
man.
go ahead.
There's a little bit of a lag between me and you, so.
Yeah, yeah, no. So you're doing perfect. You're doing great. Go ahead.
So there's photos and there's sketches. So there's like photos taken from inside and outside the World Trade Center about this art project going on. And I'm not like an artsy dude. Like I don't really appreciate like the idea of like, hey, let's like take a window out of the building and like pose in the window and like have a helicopter come by and take our picture. Like that seems like a fantastic idea. Like to me, that doesn't seem art. That just seems like weird. But I'm not like some artsy fartsy dude. So, like maybe there's something there that like some artistic individual would be able to like express and like make sense to me, somebody that like doesn't really appreciate that stuff. So they had photographs from inside the building looking out, from outside the building looking in, of this project that's going on. And then they had sketches that they had drawn, some of them pretty good sketches. Like I went to school for design and like sketching like floor plans and
Yeah, I
mechanical
was
objects.
very impressed. I was very impressed.
Yeah, it reminded me a lot of like a fire plan sketch from my time in the service. Like it doesn't have to be super precise, but it has to show where everything is, and it has to have the requisite amount of information on the sketch so that somebody else that needs to pick up that sketch and look at it can glean some information from it.
Yeah,
I'm not saying that's what it was. I'm just saying that's kind of like it wasn't like this perfect like one-to-one scale drawing, but it also wasn't like something that somebody did on a napkin real quick. And then there was some sketches that looked like something you would do in like a corporate boardroom where like Bill puts up the whiteboard and is like, okay, guys, let's talk about teamwork, and like puts a bullet point up and just free flow across the room. And everyone's like spitting out things and they're like writing stuff and then scratching it out, like kind of like that, like crude drawings weird esoterical statements and phrases and words and a couple of different languages. It's kind of odd, weird stuff. People jumping out of the World Trade Center, people falling out of the World Trade Center. There's like stuff that's sketched by a group of art students in the days, weeks, and months leading up to literally people jumping out of the World Trade Center to their deaths, because that was better than dying of smoke inhalation or flames. I was 10 or 11 in September 2011, or 2001 rather. September 11th, 2001. And like I decided on that day that I was going to join the military and like go fight the people that had done this to my countrymen. And I remember my sister, who had been listening to the radio all day, because we grew up in a situation where we didn't have a television in the house. So we were listening to like AM and FM radio for the news, getting periodic phone calls from our dad who was at work, like updating us with stuff that he was seeing on the news at his work on the television. And my older sister was like crying in one of the rooms, and she saw me standing in the doorway and was like, "What are we going to do, Joe? What are we going to do? What's going to happen to us?" And I said, "We're going to go to war, obviously." I'm like 11, telling my, almost adult sister, like 16, 17-year-old sister, that like this country is going to mobilize and go find these people and kill them. And I wanted nothing more than to be a part of that. And I remember in the days and weeks after September 11th, there was like one of the local newspapers, like in my state, like the state newspaper, if you will, that did like a full page thing with all the names. And it had everybody's name and everyone's age listed. And I, as like, again, a 10 or 11-year-old kid, went through with a marker and I circled all of the kids that had been on the plane, like all the 2-year-olds, all the 5-year-olds, all the 15-year-olds, like all the kids that were, on a plane to go fly somewhere. And I was like, when I go overseas, that's like, those are the people that I'm thinking about. Like, because, I'm a kid, right? Like at that time, like I'm going to think about these people that are never going to have the opportunity to grow up and achieve their dreams, see their own children grow. And that's always stuck with me. It's still like, it kind of gets at me even today, 20 something years later, having kids of my own, having gone overseas, and then kind of realized like none of these people had anything to do with this. None of the people that I was fighting had anything to do with this at all. And so, and I haven't talked to a single vet that didn't go overseas. And you can ask them, hey man, if that happened in your country, right? Like if an invading foreign power came into your backyard and was doing like raids and patrols and, the stuff that we were doing over there, would you be doing what they're doing, i.e. like the Taliban and Fedayeen and Al-Qaeda and all these different groups operating in the Middle East? And without fail, every single vet I've ever talked to, Army, Navy, Marine Corps, like every single one, they're like, yeah, absolutely, dude. Right?
No question.
Like if the Russians or the Chinese came to the United States, we'd be doing the same thing those people are doing.
Hell yeah.
And it's not to say that those people are like completely innocent and have no problems and aren't like to some degree bad people, but here's the newsflash: we're all bad people. I'm the worst person I know. Like the Bible, which I'm a Bible believing Christian, saved by the grace of God, and the Bible itself says like the heart of man is desperately wicked. Who can know it? And then your guest from the other night, it was like 2 weeks ago, I think the corrections officer put it really well. Everyone wants evil to stop, but no one's willing to cut their own heart out. Right? Yeah. And like people that don't believe in God will say things like, why doesn't God put an end to evil? If you ask that question, you have to be willing to accept that God might start with you. Like, That's just life, man. Like you live with good and evil. There are good people and evil people in Afghanistan, just like there are good people and evil people in every city all over the world. But even then, there's no truly good people. Like They're just bad people choosing to do something good in that moment. But I'm gonna get off my preaching horse there on that whole thing. Going
No,
back to the topic at
you're
hand that
doing
we're gonna
great.
kind of do a deep dive in, man. Like, when I read through all this stuff, it gave me kind of like simultaneously like a sick feeling, and at the same time kind of like a, oh, okay, like this makes sense. Like, you want to know how somebody could get into a building for months and months and months with unfettered access. You give like 20 art students from Europe construction passes and let them camp out on the 90th and 91st floor of the World Trade Center for months prior to 9/11. And keep in mind, these Austrian art students are from the country that has all the mountaineering and all the rappelling stuff in the world, and they're required to serve a minimum of 2 years in military service. And I don't know if you've ever looked at like the history of World War II or Vietnam or Korea back when the United States had a draft. But like, you get drafted in and they would still give you a choice. Like, hey man, if you want, you can volunteer for paratroopers. If you want, you can volunteer for special forces or whatever, right? There's a lot of draftees around the world that didn't just like go in and like do what they were told. Like, okay, well, I'm here, so I guess I might as well make the most out of this. I might as well do something cool, something fun, something interesting, or something that I want to do.
Yeah.
So don't ever downplay when somebody tells you, oh, they're just a bunch of draftees. Like, Audie Murphy wasn't a draftee, but there were people like Audie Murphy that were draftees, right? Like dudes that like just got picked up off the street, put into a uniform, sent through a crash course on basic infantry tactics, and ended up doing incredible things. Staying in the military for 20, 30 years, going off to do, crazy stuff. And so when other countries around the world continue to have a draft, you can't dismiss that, like, well, I mean, yeah, everybody over there has draft time. Like, yeah, everybody over there has draft time. That doesn't mean there aren't people in that category that are like specialists in certain areas.
Yeah.
So you pick a bunch of people that have rappelling, mountaineering experience and equipment pictured in the New York Times articles and his books
And a lot of time with high
for
explosive.
months, living in the building for months prior to this event. Now, if you were to do that, you would actually have to provide some kind of proof that the reason you were there was the reason that you said you were there. You would have to do some kind of artistic thing, like pulling out a window and having people pay money to come stand in the open window with backlighting and have a helicopter fly up and hover and take a picture of you because, who doesn't want to get their picture taken on the 91st floor of the World Trade Center or something? You would do some like modern art projects in the foyers and in the lobbies on different floors throughout the building. You would do that if you were trying to do something, nefarious. You wouldn't be like, wait, I thought you were here for the art project. Like, yeah, no, I'm just gonna be like pulling these boxes upstairs and like not doing any good stuff.
Yeah.
Could it be that there were like a bunch of foreign art students in the months prior to September 11th living on that floor that were just there for an art project? Sure. That is not outside the realm of possibilities. But when I initially looked at some of the September 11th theories, and people talked about somebody like putting in charges in the building, I was like, dude, like there's no way. You'd have to have like 20 people. You'd have to have cover for operation, like whatever the actual term for that is, like cover for mission. You'd have to have basically unfettered access. You'd have to have the ability to move in large quantities of goods and material and personnel and have nobody suspect it. And like I just dismissed it out of hand because like that didn't happen. And then here it is, 2021. Like, oh, somebody had months and months of access to move men and material with specialization in rappelling and climbing harnesses. Yeah, dude, there's like, again, it's either like the world's most uncanny series of just weird, esoteric, strange coincidences.
Yeah.
Or maybe there's something there.
So
And the
people,
fact that the same
go ahead.
the fact that the same people that were being investigated, the fact that the same types of people that were being investigated by multiple U.S. law enforcement agencies and one branch of the Department of Defense for doing very weird, strange stuff in the same time frame as these people with very similar backgrounds, like I would say the same backgrounds, were living on the 90th and 91st floor of World Trade Center Tower 1. And I haven't found anything on Trade Center, Tower 2, but it would not surprise me if that was also going on, like in the adjacent building or buildings of 3 and 7 and all these other buildings. So, yeah.
So
that's kind of like the 30,000 foot overview.
No, that's perfect, man. You did awesome. Some of the people have mentioned the significance of the boxes and broken down cardboard. Can you touch on that too?
So in one of the sketches, I guess probably the most detailed sketch that I was able to find of the 91st floor, and it's like somebody took the top of the building off and then just drew a picture at kind of an angle of like everything on that floor. There's a stack of boxes and then a gap and then a stack of boxes, like forming a little hallway basically. And so in some of these pictures, you can't really tell if it's like broken down box or a full box. But they're there in the photos, in multiple photos, and then they're there in the sketch. And basically the same exact position that those boxes were there in the photo. What was in the boxes? Like, dude, there's writing in boxes that say, that would lead you to believe like what's in the box. Like if I took a bunch of Nike shoe boxes and it said like Nike whatever shoe size 9.5, you'd assume that's what's in the box. It doesn't mean that's what's in the box, right? So it's still interesting.
What was in the box based on the product number on the outside?
Electrical fuses, quick connect, rapid electrical fuses. Now, if you go to Reddit and you look up some of this stuff, and I posted this screenshot in the Discord group.
Mm-hmm.
There's somebody, it's like a deleted archived post, like you can't even see the screen name. And there's this dude that's like, I was an electrician for 3 years, and I can tell you right now that these are just regular old electrical fuses. Nothing to see here, folks, nothing to see. And I took that, and then I immediately harkened back to being on foot patrols and vehicle patrols in Afghanistan, where members of the Taliban were making bombs that could completely destroy an armored vehicle, and using hacksaw blades and commercial grade wire and electrical tape and plastic wrap and AA and AAA and 9-volt batteries to rig up an ignition and a wiring system for something. So the idea of like, because it's an electrical component, it couldn't be used for anything nefarious. I'm like, have you ever seen MacGyver? Like, do you know how any of this stuff works?
What Joe is talking about is let's say you have, metal A, and let's say you have metal B, okay? So if they are sitting buried like this, okay, and they are connected to a battery, and oh, there you go.
Complete the circuit.
Yeah. And the only thing that would be needed is for something to, very heavy, like an MRAP or, an armored personnel carrier driving over that to and close the circuit. And when you close the circuit, bzz, obviously, we know what happens after that.
There was some electrical stuff going on in the building because there was 2 teams. And one team did an art display where they were able to, on multiple floors, black out certain rooms and certain windows where there was no light being projected, and then illuminate certain rooms on certain floors to put out a message on the side of the building either in the early morning or early evening hours. It's like dark in the background. There's not enough background information to be able to tell like what time of day this is. But it's like it's not dark. It's not light out. It's dark enough to where when a light's on the building, you can see the light in the building. And so having like a sequence spelled out, like a phrase, identifying something on one of the buildings, and all of that being done in the days and weeks leading up to the attack on the same floor or two floors or one floor below where the first plane hit the first tower.
Yeah.
Like it's again, man, it's either just a series of really strange coincidences, strange happenings, or maybe something more. I don't know. I wasn't there, right? I can't get in a time machine and go back and like be a fly on the wall. But like, let me put it to you like this: if it was a murder, right, and you had no suspects, and like you didn't know the murder was going to happen, and it was to someone you love, right? So think of like the person you love the most in the whole world, and then imagine like one day everything's fine, and the next day they're gone, they're murdered. You have no suspects, and then the police and the mayor and the fire department and your neighbors and everybody is like, it was this guy, and you're just like, okay, I guess it was that guy, right? And then you start thinking like alternatives, right? Like, well, what if it wasn't that guy? Who would have been able to get into my room and kill my loved one while I'm like sleeping right there or right down the hall without me knowing?
Yeah.
And you're like back in your brain, like who in the world, like, right? And then like years later, you find out that like the whole time that you were in that house, there was a homeless person living in your attic, and you didn't know there was a homeless person living in your attic. So if you had known day of the murder, day before the murder, or day after the murder that there was a homeless dude living in your attic, you'd been like not sleeping a wink.
Yeah.
You would have been like when the police came by and like, yo, who murdered this, loved one of yours, this friend of yours, whatever. You'd be like, I don't know, but like we probably should start with a homeless dude in the attic. Like that would
Well,
be your like go-to
even worse.
thing.
Imagine if the homeowner, spent time constructing I'm just saying, suppose that this were plausible, that the homeowner constructed a hidden room and, allowed the homeless man to stay there and shared your schedule with him. And, like that's how nefarious and malicious this could be.
Yeah. Like think of it like an apartment. Think about it like an apartment building, and the landlord is letting somebody live in like the crawl space underneath your apartment, right?
Yeah.
And like that never gets out after the fact. And then years later, you find out like, dude, the landlord was like letting homeless people live in the crawl space underneath my house. That would have been some critical information to know if you were trying to figure out who snuck into your apartment and murdered, whoever in your own house. Like that'd be some really big information that you might want to know about. It's not saying that that homeless person did it, right? But you would want to be at least able to like investigate that and figure like what were these people doing? Like the landlord's like, oh man, they're just down on their luck and they need a place to stay. Like, okay, but why under my house? And like, why did this happen in the days, weeks, and months leading up to someone breaking into my house in the middle of the night and murdering my loved one? And then you, the landlord, and everybody in this whole block, and police and fire and everybody were like, yo, no, who's this dude over here down the block?
Yeah. Hold on, I gotta.
And it makes it worse if the dude down the block you already have beef with, right? Like we already had beef with people in the Middle East, like Al Qaeda and people in Afghanistan, people in Iraq. Like it wasn't like top 10 most favorite people in the United States prior to 9/11. Osama bin Laden, I'm just saying, like, no, like, those, if you ask the average American, like, showed him a picture and, like, who's this? Like, it would have been, like, probably some, like, terroristy looking dude from the Middle East. Like, that's probably not a friend of ours. I probably don't want to vacation in that guy's country, right? Like,
Yeah.
so if you can, like, say, like, oh, yeah, it was the freaking drug dealer, it was the pedophile that lives down the street, like, you're already predisposed to, like, not like that dude, right?
Yeah.
And that's exactly what happened. I'm not saying it's exactly what happened in the sense of that's exactly what happened. I'm saying it like the people that we went and fought were people we already didn't care about. Like, everybody knows about Pearl Harbor, right? Everyone saw the red meatballs on the Jap Zeros flying in and the dive bombers. What if you found out 20 years after Pearl Harbor, 1961, you're like, yeah, everybody in those planes was from New Zealand? You'd be like, wait, what? Like,
Yeah.
we nuked Japan twice for Pearl Harbor and all the other heinous stuff that the Imperial Japanese military did to us. You know, I had a friend as a kid whose grandfather barely survived the Bataan Death March. Right?
Yeah.
Like, the Japs did some freaking heinous stuff to us and the Chinese and a bunch of other people. Right? We were already predisposed to not like those dudes.
Yeah, my great
And, like,
uncle.
if you found out, yeah, like, to the day that my grandfather died, he wouldn't own a Japanese vehicle. Like, he freaking, I don't want to say hated, because my grandfather was the best person I ever knew, but, like, he had a very strong distaste for the Japanese people because of what had happened. Like, he had friends that volunteered to serve on December 8th and then went overseas and died, and he was too young to serve, and the war didn't last as long as it did in my case, right? Like, I was a kid when September 11th happened. My grandfather was a kid when December 7th happened, and he missed the war by like 3 months.
Damn.
You think about from 1941 to 1945, that's 4 years. And you think about like 2001 to when I joined the military in 2007, it's 6 years. Yeah, so, and it's still going on. We still got dudes overseas.
Yeah, yeah. It's we keep hearing, you know, that we're pulling people out and that we're always gonna have guys over there. I don't know when it'll end, but here's what I'll tell you. This is going to be a topic that we are going to dive into at a pretty high level, and it's for a lot of people going to be uncomfortable. And you know, a lot of people know people that were impacted, or lost a loved one, or have a friend that lost a loved one. You know, my father was in Arlington the day that the Pentagon was hit. And like we all have some type of connection to this. So I would ask that when we review this together, because we are consider it basically being like an open source investigation that we are looking through together. And as we look through this and share information, try to remove the you out of it and look at it as objectively as possible, because the easiest thing would be to go into it with a, you know, pre-selected enemy. Just have as much of an open mind as possible. That's all I'll say. I'm gonna have to cut soon because my battery's gonna crap out on me. But go ahead.
I'll finish on this, and then I got nothing else. Think about it in the analogy of, you are like looking at information about the aftermath of a crime. You need to eliminate all suspects. And then 20 years after the case has been closed and the suspects have been identified and prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law, like 20 years of tearing up an entire part of the world and killing hundreds of thousands of people, right? On both sides, on all sides, innocent and guilty. And then you're like, oh shoot, like, wait a second, man, there was like some homeless people living in the freaking cellar and we didn't know about it. Like, that's kind of a big deal. So, like, if you're like skeptical, if you're like, nah, man, like this bunch of hooey, like this doesn't add up. Think of it like, okay, well then let's prove beyond a shadow of a doubt that these people were there with no bad intentions, no other motivations, no other loyalties. They were just there to do an art project. And like, let's vet that out. Let's find that out for sure. Because we didn't spend a whole lot of time vetting out like whose country we were going to invade next. You know, it's been 20 years, man. And I don't buy into like some of the crazy conspiracies. Like it was a hologram, bro. Like nobody died. The building didn't even exist. Like there's some crazy stuff out there about 9/11, right? Um, it's crazy and it's out there for a reason. You know,
Yeah.
like direct obfuscation of the facts. Like anybody that calls any of this official story into question, you are now in the same category of someone that believes that instead of it being a real plane and a real building hitting, you believe it was a hologram of a building and a hologram of a plane. Like, no, dude, I believe that there was a tower there, and I believe that a plane hit that building. I'm asking questions about like who and why, and
Yeah.
that's all I want. That's all that any innocent person that lost their life on that day deserves. Like the Bible says this: the blood of the innocent cry out from the ground. And if you won't listen, who will? Like God in the end is the ultimate, you know, the ultimate judge. He's the guy that actually gets true vengeance. And we shouldn't be vengeful. We should be peaceful. And that's hard for me to do. I think that's hard for a lot of us to do because we don't want to be peaceful when we see 3,000 of our family members, because that's who those people were. If you believe in America, if you believe in the Constitution, the people that lost their lives in those towers and in that building and in that field were your family members. So look at this information the same way that you would look into the information of suspects in a murder case involving your family. Look into it with that heart and with that mindset, not with, I know who it is and I'm just going to look at this to reinforce my already preconceived notions. Like,
Yeah.
don't do that because it's just going to build hatred in your heart.
Open
That's all I got,
minds.
man.
Open minds only. Yeah, no, I definitely want all you guys to look at this with an open mind. We got several different topics that we want to hit. But I didn't expect that the Israeli art student topic, I'm sorry, the Austrian art student topic would head in this direction. Okay. But seeing the pictures, understanding the story, and seeing the sketch, and seeing the notes within the sketch, there's so many different, like it's pretty pretty terrifying. And knowing that, not knowing, the mind fuck is that everything may be a controlled opposition, you know, purposeful misinformation, like that's the scary part. So buckle up. This is going to be a big one. We're going to hit the Israeli art students. We're going to hit the number that you call when a house is on fire, or which, you know, obviously you go two in the same. Another thing we're going to do is we're going to pull up every single major alt media company, YouTuber, and we're going to show you direct ties to money from Israel. That's going to be a touchy stream. So buckle up for that one. So
it's going to get retarded.
Yeah, super duper. So Joe, thank you. Appreciate you hopping on. You guys, I appreciate all the glowies. Thank you for joining the glowy fam tonight. I know I got like 20 fucking emails about the Discord link, so I will share that all out with you guys, and we'll go from there. Originally, this was just supposed to be kind of a chat, but I'm glad that you were able to pop in and hang out with me. And anybody have any other questions before we bounce out?
While you're looking at chat, for people
Mhm.
that don't do Discord or can't or aren't going to see the link, and you're like, I want to go look at this my own self, and I don't want to have to like join a YouTube or a Discord group in order to see it. I'm going to rattle off some search terms and some keywords, and you can look it up for yourself. So you're going to look up B team, B is in Bravo, E team, E is in Echo, gelatin, like gelatin. Um, you're going to look up 91st floor Austrian art students, World Trade Center 1. You're going to look up DEA memo, D um, as in dog, E as in echo, and A as in alpha, and look up art students DEA memo. And that's where you're going to kind of see the left and the rights on this. Because if enough people look at this, I guarantee you're going to find more stuff than what I've been able to find by myself over the last 3 or 4 days. Like when I have free time, so if 20 or 30 or 40 people start looking into this, you're going to see a bunch of stuff that's going to be garbage, and you're going to see some stuff that's going to like, what the, how did this not end up in every major newspaper for months and months and months straight coverage?
Yeah. You got a question on
Devin, I don't know who that is. I've never heard of that.
No. You got a bunch of thanks for being here, thanks for your service, and
Don't thank me for my service. If you wanted to thank me for my service, I would have spent my service time doing direct action raids on the people that actually deserve it.
mm, yeah, that's
I got that from a gunnery sergeant. A gunnery sergeant said that one time. Somebody thanked him for his service in an airport, and he like gave this like old woman this like 1,000-yard stare and was like, if
wow.
you don't thank me for my service. If I'd actually served this country, I would have been doing high value target snatches and raids on the people that actually deserve it instead of the people that I did it on.
Damn, that's some deep shit. But those that know, they know for sure. All right, we're gonna go ahead and hop out of here before my laptop dies. No, for all you guys in the chat busting my chops, I don't have my charger handy. It's upstairs where my wife and daughter are sleeping, and I'm not even gonna travel down that fucking rabbit hole. Yeah, here you go. Here are the search terms here. DEA memo, Austrian art students, dancing Israelis, gelatin, A team. It's actually E team and B team. All that stuff. Yeah, the darkest mavis at gmail.com. So remember, my name's Dark Mavis. So the darkest mavis at gmail.com. Boom. And for all you guys that are still in the chat, if you guys are looking for armor, remember, I still have that link to get $100 level 3 plates. The price actually went up when I shared it with you guys the first time. Y'all literally, it sold out. It literally sold out that night. I ended up luckily still getting a set for $101. Yeah, it's CATI, Charlie Alpha Tango Indigo. It's come and take it. And the only thing that I would say to do is when you buy them, they're $119 now, but they're quad bent at the top and the bottom, and they fit your body like literally like a latex glove. Like you could wear them for full time century. Like you could literally wear them all day concealed, and they're money. If you do buy them, what I would say is send a message that just says Dark Light Dugan sent me, because what I want is for this company. We're not doing this for money. We're not monetizing. We're not getting anything from it. We're not doing this for anything other than getting a message out. I'm hoping that this company could potentially maybe give a set of plates every month that we can give to the viewers, right? Just like Matthew Telhart is making a knife that we can give to the viewers, just like we had someone offer a shotgun shell press, all these types of things. Like, we want to be able to contribute to your independence, your preparations, your everything that we stand for, right? And the major things to get prepared on: water, food, shelter, security. If we can help you with those 4 things, then we have done our fucking part. So that's all I got. You got anything else before we go?
To all the people that are going to watch this and try to pick it apart and try and denigrate you, denigrate me, denigrate anybody watching this, why are you doing that? Why do you care? It's either a free country and people are allowed to have their opinions and voice them, and we still have a First Amendment, even though that's not the only amendment, and you should know all the amendments. But people still have a right to talk about these things. And nothing we're talking about isn't something that you can't find on your own time using any internet browser anywhere in the United States. And anybody that's going to seek to retaliate or silence this or laugh at it, hey man, if you know what actually happened and this is all a waste of time, produce the results, man. Produce the evidence. We can all look at it, and then everybody can decide for themselves.
Hell yeah. So today we're going to hit the Fourth Amendment.
And if you can't.
Oh, sorry, my bad. There's a delay between us. I'm sorry, brother.
You get me?
Go ahead.
I was going to say, stay safe. If you can't be safe, stay dangerous.
Hell yeah. That's the Dark Lady Dugan call sign. So we're going to read the Fourth Amendment today. The right of the people to be secure in their persons, houses, papers, and effects against unreasonable searches and seizures shall not be violated, and no warrants shall issue but upon probable cause, supported by oath or affirmation, and particularly describing the place to be searched and the person or things to be seized. So I want you guys to take that into consideration when you're looking at things like red flag laws, like extreme risk protection orders. That is literally in direct violation of the Constitution of the United States of America. This is where we are headed. So with that, I'm out. My laptop's about to die and I got to poop. So you guys are awesome. Stay safe, stay dangerous. Thank you for all that y'all do, and the fact that we kept 60 fucking people in here for this long, or more actually, was the shit. And keep your blue Kim lights close, okay? You never know when shit's gonna go down. All right, guys. Thank you, Joe. Later, man. Guys, thank you. Letterbomb, Matt, TM, Vash. Thanks for sticking it out, Vash. I knew you would have a blast. Sport Brand, I definitely want to chat with you again. We'll talk tomorrow. John Kimball, all you guys. I fuck with all you guys, man. You guys are the shit. Love y'all. Take it easy. Peace.